Hello and welcome back to the Best of Rivals podcast, episode 21. And Jay, we just got done experiencing the second half of the Manchester Derby for the season. Um, I mean, off rip, obviously, I'm extremely excited. I'm wearing my Man City um, clothing, gear, apparel. It seems like you don't have any of that on. You're barely even wearing red. This is
This is actually
showing
maroon right here.
yeah,
So,
showing a lack of loyalty. Lack of loyalty. Jay, just talk to me, man, because I was very up and down in that first half, and then second half I was loving it. Talk to me about how you're feeling right now, like just overall thoughts on the game. Just quick, 30 seconds to a minute. Just I need to know.
um, it's what I expected. We came out, competed with you guys. We went back and forth, which I was like very, very excited about. I saw like the fight in my guys, and despite the talent difference between the two teams, we competed with you guys. But as we know, you're Man City. You got going, and you guys got hot. Your star players went crazy. KDB, Mars coming in late. Simple as put, man.
So it was just as simple as that. Just the better team won, or was it
Yeah,
because
what?
no? And the reason I'm asking, right, is because we were so. I mean, City were so like just so vulnerable in that first half. I mean, it just seemed like every time the transition happened and you guys got the ball, you guys would just run past our defenders, and you guys were getting in every now and then. And I
So
mean,
I think that goes, you know, a lot to do with like what Ralph came in with the formation.
yes,
It was
and
very
the and
different.
and the players that he chose, right? I mean, he chose
Exactly.
Alanga. He chose very maybe we can talk about this. He chose essentially Pogba and or Bruno were like playing the forwards. They were kind of
Yes.
switching off.
Yes.
What did you think about that? Because most people thought, okay, Ronaldo's not playing. Probably going to bring in Rashford here, a little bit of pace, but yeah, he chose a different lineup. How did you think that worked?
So when I saw like the screenshot of like the lineup before the game, uh, kind of surprised me. But then I sat back and I thought about it. I was like, how is he approaching this? Like, let me be a manager for a little bit. And I think he went in thinking we can't beat Man City. We're not good enough. The best result we can get is a draw, a point, so we can stay level with Arsenal, keep that top four spot, within reach. And he was doing that at the beginning. You guys responded. I mean, we'll struck first right away. Boom, KDB, and then we came back right away as well. And I was like, oh I was like, I see what it is now. Like we're
Yeah,
going back and forth. I
those
like it. I
first
like it.
those first three goals happened like in like the first 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. It was like, oh my god, like I didn't know where it was gonna go.
and you guys are missing, Diaz. You clearly saw.
Oh,
Just
dude,
like you said, our counterattack, bro, it was quick. I was like, holy shit, man. Like,
yeah,
this looks beautiful. Like, I was really excited.
yeah,
We just couldn't keep it. And
yeah.
I'm not faulting Ralph for that. Like, what he's doing right now, for me, this is amazing. I got to get this guy his credit because if he gives us top four, which I think we're going to get, I really do. Like, I'm just looking at Arsenal. I'm not worried about them. Like I told you,
Really,
they
Jay,
won today.
that
They won today. Shouts to them. They're top four right now. They got it. But at the same time, I think Ralph's going to get it and we're gonna get a nice manager. We'll see who's gonna be. There's two in mind. I'm not gonna name them, but we'll see. Um,
we can talk about
yeah,
that towards the end of the podcast. No problem. Jay,
yeah.
everything that you're saying right now sounds like best case scenario. I mean, honestly, I thought the next thing you were going to say is that you're going to win the Champions League. I mean, this sounds ridiculous to think.
How does this sound ridiculous, bro? This is
You
all
guys, you guys are
realistic,
you guys are 1 point behind Arsenal,
right?
and they have 3 games in hand. Jay,
I know, I know.
we're gonna go down. Listen, we're gonna go down the fixture list towards the end of the
Let's
podcast.
do it. Please, let's do it. It's like this is not just all talk. Please, let's do it.
Okay.
You know,
Listen. I thought you were gonna show up today, and I thought you were gonna be pissed. I thought you were gonna be um, depressed. I thought, man, top four is done. I thought all that stuff. You're
well, I
coming
mean,
here a
listen,
lot
listen,
more
listen, listen.
optimistic.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. I don't want people to listen to this podcast and watch this podcast and be like, oh, Jay's just some delusional, naive. No, I am mad. I'm sick. Like what I saw today is not Man United, but it's what I already know.
Yeah.
I'm not a goofy. I'm not a fool. I'm not a clown. Like I know this already. I know Harry Maguire sucks. You know, I know Lindelof isn't starting material. I saw some plays from him today where it was just like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, he looked a little shaky.
A little shaky. Like these are things I know already, though. I'm not surprised. So, shouts to my boy Sancho, though. I told you
Oh
he's
yeah.
here. He's here. Like,
Let's have a little conversation about Sancho, because I mean I think we're pretty much on the same page in terms of like we both thought it was a good signing. Obviously, he didn't play great in the beginning, but again, I think that had to do with one, Ollie, two, his lack of playing time, three, his lack of consistency with playing time. So I mean, I sort of gave him a little bit of a pass at the start of the season in terms of like, okay, I think he's going to get better. You were super high on him. Every time he did something positive, you were like just yo Sancho, Sancho, Sancho,
I just see
and
the
now,
talent, man. Go
of
ahead, though.
course, and he's definitely showing it. And listen, that goal really started with a bad mistake from our midfield, and then Rodri comes back, horrible, horrible footwork. But
Yeah,
at the same time, Sancho's got to finish it, and that is
has
a,
to.
and I'm going to say this, Jay, that is a world class finish. It is. I don't think he's a world class player, but that is a world class finish. That is perfectly in the corner. Nothing Ederson can do about it. Absolutely nothing. So if you talk about a spark in your team today, Sancho's the guy. You can talk about Alanga's effort, and maybe talk about some of Pogba's passing,
No, no,
but
no, no, no,
he's one
no.
of
Let's not even pass on that. Alenga. Let's go back to him.
okay.
How do you think he did? Because from what we've been told so far, he's next up as well. He's a potential um
Yeah,
you know uh centerpiece for our club. He's gonna be there
yeah,
with Sancho, and
yeah, yeah,
I don't know what Rashford's
yeah.
gonna be doing, but
No, no.
we'll see about that. But he's supposedly supposed to be like that. So in your opinion, do you think he's just not ready for that moment right now, or he's just not a player at all?
Well,
Like
let's
he's not that player.
there's two things, right? So we can talk about how I think about Langa as a player, and then how I think like he played today.
Okay, there you go.
As a player, I mean, I didn't really notice it. I didn't really know who he was until this season. I still don't know if he's like a right footer or a left footer. I don't think he's the most skilled player of all time. But when you're in that Man United team, effort and energy is literally going to stand out. You're going to stand out if you're producing energy and effort. And that's what he does every single game. And that's why he's dangerous. He's running past defenders constantly. He's always looking for the ball. He's super confident. Uh, you know, do I think he's Man United material? Absolutely not. No chance. I think he's probably one of the last names on the bench if you're talking about a really good United team. However, he is one of the best players that you guys have right now, not on talent, not on historic data, but simply on energy and effort. He's one of you talk about the two players that came off today in the 63rd minute, Alanga and Pogba, the two, in my opinion, I tweeted this, the two most influential players on your team at that point in the game. Pogba, at the end of the day, he's miles ahead when it comes to football IQ over Bruno Fernandes. And that's why he's able to make passes like the one he did to Sancho today for the goal. And then Alanga, again, he's dangerous. He's running at the guys. I mean, what happens when Rashford comes on? Rashford comes on and he just dribbles at defenders. He did it two or three times. Alanga is at least showing some sort of ability and effort, and so I mean, I don't think I think it was crazy. I mean, you can talk about the subs. How do you think about those two subs? I mean, the game is still in the balance a little bit, and he takes off, in my opinion, the two best players on your team, excluding De Gea.
I mean, to me at that point the game's already over.
Yeah, you
Um,
think so?
no, it is. It is. You can tell. There was a point where United and City were going back and forth, and City was kind of like, okay,
That first 30 minutes was like super like back and forth, and then towards
yeah,
the end of this to that first half, it was coming more and more City. I don't know if
right.
you remember that Mahrez chance towards the end of the first half, where I mean, if David De Gea
Oh,
doesn't
and
save
and yeah,
that,
De Gea with the save.
yeah, if De Gea doesn't save that, that's game over right then.
It's game
So
over. It's game
yeah,
over. But going to the second half, I just think Ralph is just trying to. What is he trying to do? at
Yeah.
that
Then
point.
what
What
can he
can
do
you
is the
do?
question. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What can you do? You're looking at these players. I'm watching City playing, bro, and I'm watching Phil Foden run around. I'm watching KDB run around, bro. I'm like, this looks like FIFA.
Yeah.
The way they're pressing, they just look in sync. They look different, bro. They look different. So what can you do? So
Yeah.
with those subs, I don't feel any type of way about about them. I'm not mad. We didn't really have much to pick from. Got Jesse
True.
coming on. Oh well,
I did. I had no idea. Like I saw him. I saw him come on. Like I saw the camera pan to the subs. I didn't see him once during the last 20 minutes of the game. I didn't see him once, and I tweeted this too. I didn't see him once. And the other guy who came on was Rashford, and I saw him. And guess what he was doing? Jogging. Everyone on the Fred McTominay. You can say these guys are crap, and they are crap at
so what
that
is it?
compared to that
What
level.
is it then? What is it then? Because that's why I said like I don't Ralph like he had to. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You said how do I feel about the subs?
Yeah,
And I couldn't really like formulate anything for you for real. For real, I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to like, damn, what is? How do I feel?
you guys were not deep today. You guys didn't have a lot of players.
Yes,
You're
right. We
missing a
weren't
couple.
deep because Cristiano, wasn't playing, quote
No,
unquote, had an injury. We'll get to
con-
that. We're gonna get to that for real, for real.
oh my
Um,
god,
but no,
Cavani, Shaw. Yeah,
Ralph, I think he had to please the board. When I say the board,
he's
we know who the poster boy of United football is.
yeah,
It's
and
Marcus
he's
Rashford.
yeah.
So I think with that sub, it was just kind of like a toss me out. I got to play you at least. I didn't start you. You know, I didn't put you in the lineup, which is kind of a slap in the face. You got Alanga, I think, starting over Rashford at this point.
As
That
he
we never
should
saw
though.
that coming.
As
He
he should
should.
at
I
this
agree.
point. Yeah,
I agree. I
yeah.
agree 100%. He should, but we never saw that coming. We never saw that coming. Um,
Let's flip this real quick. I because you mentioned a sub like this type of. It's interesting, right? Because um yeah, I 100% believe that Ralph is sort of. I don't think he has full power. I don't think he has full control over that
yes,
team.
yes, he
I
doesn't, bro.
think I
In
think
turn,
I think when you're playing one of the worst defenders I've ever seen in Harry Maguire, when you're playing him week in week out, it just tells me that you don't have
listen.
control.
I'm not even about to cape for Harry right now. I just made an article on him. Go read it. Really good.
It's just hilarious because it's so true, and
But
then you could literally write the same exact thing this week. It's just it's true.
right. But I watch Harry for real. And I've watched him a lot. And I've noticed with him, I don't necessarily think that he's a bad defender. He is just really, really slow. His
Slow.
speed is not good enough for the Premier League.
He's slow as hell.
He might should be in championship. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like I don't think he's probably not good enough for this league because I'm just looking at him, bro, and it's like he goes for the right move, but it's
yeah,
like 2 seconds off, bro, and
yeah.
he looks dumb. He looks
And
stupid, and it's
and
like,
it-
damn,
and this is
bro.
this is what we talked about. I believe it was last week. I mentioned this. Like, if you're a defender that's not extremely quick, like a
Mm-hmm.
Chiellini, or
Mm-hmm.
so one of those a lot of those Italian
Mm-hmm.
defenders who just aren't the fastest. They're intelligent. Their
Yes.
positioning is on point. Their
Yes.
communication is on point. Their leadership skills are on point. Everything.
Everyone's not a Virgil. I don't mean to cut you off, but everyone's
Yeah,
not a Virgil. And that's what
exactly.
people they try to put Harry Maguire in that category, but Virgil's like a physical specimen, bro. He's like kind of like a LeBron James in football.
Very,
The way
very, yeah.
he's big, he's strong, and he can just outrun you.
And he's
He's
pretty
nice, man.
technical. And he's pretty technical. That's
You
that's
know
why him and Diaz are always being compared. Because obviously, even though in terms of like
exactly.
stature, obviously you probably go with like a Van Dyke. But yeah, those are two players that are just stand out. And everyone else, at least in the center back position that I've seen, is just nowhere near those two in the Premier League for sure. Um, switching to Man City real quick. How did you think of? Were you surprised that they didn't play Sterling? That he didn't start. He didn't play.
That's a good one.
Because Grealish did get that incredible goal in the week against who the hell they
And
play.
Grealish played good today. I gotta give it to him.
Grealish played the best game in the Premier League that I've ever seen him play
I
for
watched him.
Manchester City.
I checked him out, bro. I saw him. I was like, okay. I think you as well just need time to settle in, you know,
Hmm.
and it's really taking you a longer time, which is it's fine. It's fine. Like I think we really have to come, better at understanding athletes and just like people in general, man. Like
Yeah,
everyone needs time to develop whatever it is for themselves because
they
they
have to
could be
get.
going through something.
Yeah,
We
there could be
don't
a
know what it
million
is.
reasons. Exactly. Exactly. I mean,
Uh,
and any issue that I've had with with Grealish, for the most part, I've kind of pushed that on Pep, right? It's because it's
Yep.
like who you're getting. You know the type of player you're getting, and you're still.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for about 30% of the game, he was still absolutely useless because he was just again on the left, not doing a whole lot, but he was moving the ball so much faster, and like anytime he went inside, he was running at defenders. Like he was
Pressing. Yes, bro. His
just
pressing was crazy.
yeah, he's just a really good performance. I mean, really good. He was a 7 out of 10, but that's the best
7 out
we've
of
seen of
10.
him.
Okay.
No, he
Okay.
was a 7 out of 10 today. Emily,
Hmm.
I think Grealish has a long way to go. I think some if you look at like some of his performances in the Euros when he came on, I think they're probably a little bit better than what he did today. So, and obviously,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I think for Villa, he obviously played better. But yeah, going to Sterling really quick. I was kind of shocked, like why the hell are we not playing Sterling? And then I thought, Juan Bissaka's had his number every single game that they've played. So I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? I know. Listen, I always get on Pep for these big games. I'm like, what the hell is Pep thinking? What's he thinking? Why is he playing Grealish? It was interesting and it worked out.
I think that's a great point, bro. I've always told you every time we watch the games that Juan he locks up Sterling every rip. Locks him up. You can see it.
Yep.
They go down, Sterling comes in and boom, tackle, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Every game. I'm not even like trying to
Because
exaggerate here.
Sterling's a really predictable player. Let's just be honest. Like
Yep.
he's either sprinting hard left or he's
Yeah.
putting the shoulder and he's coming right. So
So I mean, I guess that's big on Pep's part for like realizing,
yeah,
hey,
I agree.
let me not get with my ego in my head here, and see the obvious. Sterling is not a good matchup for Juan
Yeah.
Bissaka. It's that simple. It's not Sterling's a bad player. Just
Uh,
sometimes in football or any game, any sport. But I really think in football, it's really in football. You have to sometimes sit players or shift a player to a different position, whatever it may be, simply because they just don't match up well with somebody.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. 100% agree.
So like to me, this isn't a big deal. I don't think it's a
No,
crazy that
no, not a big
Sterling
deal at
didn't
all.
start or play.
Sterling's going to start next game for sure, right?
Right,
I mean,
come back in.
you think about all the times that Mars hasn't started this season, yet he's our top goal scorer and he's the most dangerous player on our team. So it's like
Right,
I don't think
right. Didn't
starting.
like Sterling just have a hat trick for you guys last week or
Yeah,
two?
maybe 2 weeks ago. Like, yeah,
Okay,
listen, Sterling is he's
he'll get
played
his.
he's been a 7 out of 10 this season minimum. So I mean, listen, you know me, I hate a lot of the stuff he does, but and like I'll cheer Sterling anytime he's confident with the ball, and when he's
Hey,
confident, I'm fine.
listen. Enough of this city loving right now.
Yeah.
Caselo a bum. That's all I want to say. He's a bum. I don't like
What?
dude. I don't like dude. Every
Oh
time,
no,
no, no.
no,
Listen to me.
no!
Listen to
That
me. Listen to me. Listen.
I
Nah,
know
nah,
why.
nah,
I
nah.
know why. Jay,
What?
I
Tell
know
me. Tell
why.
me.
It's because he did that thing, and then McTominay pushed him over, and he was like shouting at him. Dude,
Okay,
McTominay's a clown.
that's like a little bit of it, bro. It's just his whole demeanor. Just I don't like, man. Every time you guys scored a goal, I'm looking at the camera, bro, and he's looking up and he's like City and like get United. I'm like, bro, you're trash. Nah, he's good. Let me stop capping.
It's so funny because he wanted to leave this summer. I'm pretty sure. So now he loves the
Now
team.
he's
It's like
all
okay.
bleeding blue. You feel me? I'm like, bro, y'all popping now. Now you really want to come on,
No,
but
no. Honestly, though, I actually wanted to talk to you about this. I wanted to get your man of the match for both teams.
mm,
Um,
like
Now,
that one.
if we're obviously we can start with Man U. I think you're either looking at De Gea or Sancho, probably right as man of the match. I didn't really see Sancho put a foot wrong. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
bugging.
he was pretty consistent the whole game, honestly. Out of everybody.
And by the way, I
Yeah.
know we talked about Alanga real quick. Alanga was tracking back too, something that Rashford never does. Like
Yes.
Alanga was
Yes.
defending really, really well.
Yes.
So that's another point.
Yes. I mean, I would go Sancho. Honestly, I mean, I
Yeah,
just thought he looked to me the most ready out of everybody. Um,
yeah.
outside of De Gea, but
But
that's
De Gea's used to it. I mean, he's getting 20 shots thrown at him a game. He can't even practice like
bro.
properly because he's like, yo, in the games, I'm getting 20, 30 shots I gotta save. You know, it's
I'm I'm,
crazy.
I'm gonna get back to Sancho, but
Yeah,
or with De Gea, there was a sequence in the game where there was I think you guys were about to score, bro, and someone shot it and De Gea blocked it, right?
yeah,
And then you guys got the rebound, and one of our players blocked it.
yeah,
And then you guys got the rebounds, and someone shot it again. De Gea
yeah.
blocked it.
Dude, I'm
And
just
then you
like,
guys shot. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I
yeah,
felt so bad for De Gea, man. You
I
guys are
know.
going through it.
Yo, De Gea has, dude. He. You know what's funny? Like, cause I know he wanted to leave like maybe
Uh,
a couple years ago,
you want to go to
dude.
Madrid?
I feel like he is. I mean, he's the reason you guys are like still top of the like top half of the table. Like no
Yeah,
BS. He has
yeah.
saved you guys time and time again. So
But
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
but no, no, no. To get back to Sancho, because I do want to finish that point. I think
yeah,
he was the player who was the most ready and like able to compete with you guys today. And that's something I like to see. I'm
that's
happy
a
to
great point.
see. And he got on the board. He had a phenomenal goal, which I love to
Yeah,
see for him. I'm tired of like
abs-
just the we can see the eye test with him. Like, oh yeah, I can see he's creating, but yeah, get a goal now.
yeah.
I want you to get those stats. And I know I'm ranting. This is Jay's rant session right here, but I think there's somebody we didn't talk about who's been kind of underlooked right now, or yeah, was it underlooked or overlooked? Which one would it be low key?
I don't know. Who are
Yeah,
you talking about?
that's a good one. But
Who are you talking about?
Bruno, man,
What?
listen, no, listen to me.
He was
Um,
shocking today. He sucked.
oh, so no, that's not the word I'm looking for now. I'm saying I'm coming at Bruno. Like I think
Okay, okay,
we should be
yeah,
talking about him right now.
yeah, yeah,
He's going like low key, which
yeah.
he shouldn't be because
Yes,
he was fucking excuse my language terrible today,
he was terrible
terrible.
today.
Losing the ball, looking like Russell Westbrook. I'm always gonna go back to that analogy. That's his like twin. Um, terrible, man. And we gotta talk about it. He's not built for that stage with the elites. I've seen it time and time
I
again. He can
I
perform
agree.
well against everybody else, but when he plays City or somebody great that's world class like Kevin De Bruyne or Salah,
Bernardo Silva was
so
destroying him today.
they eat him up.
Yep,
They eat him up, man. So like, what's
100%
good?
agree. This guy's a baby. This guy just whines all the time. He throws himself on the ground. He looks for calls. He kicks the ball away. This guy is one of the most overrated players I've ever seen in my entire life. This guy, sometimes I see a moment of brilliance. I'm like, damn, this guy's incredible. And then I see him for the other 80% of the game, and he's horrendous. And then I think to myself, Sterling's kind of the same way, right? Like Sterling,
Yeah.
he'll have a moment of brilliance, and for the most of the game, he's losing the ball and making a bad decision. Why is Bruno any different? You know what I mean? Like I can come at Raheem Sterling all I want, but Bruno is very similar.
no, no, I agree. I agree, man. I think with Bruno, what it was, he came to a team where we didn't have a player that was creating and scoring at the rate that he was doing in a very, very long time, or if ever, I believe he's broken a lot of records for Man United so far.
Yeah,
Um,
he had a
but
great start to his
yeah,
Man U career.
right. But he, I clearly saw because I always told you when he was doing this, the dude was just messy. He was very chaotic, always turning over the ball, kind of one dimensional in the way he played, very north and south, kind of the way Sterling is as well. But Sterling does that on a team where there's also a lot of other great players. So what he's doing, like it doesn't really hold as much weight. You feel
Yeah,
me? Bruno's
the,
coming to a team that needs that. He's that
yeah,
focal point. So we're not even looking at the turnovers.
that's a good point. That's a good
We're
point. I
not.
mean,
We're looking at
it
everything he's doing for us. Sterling,
yeah,
on the other hand, is with a team that you guys need something to nitpick. Everyone's great. So what are you doing? The fuck is Sterling doing here?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
Of
north and south.
course.
Like, come on. I get it. I get it.
That's a really good point, Jay. I definitely feel you on that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of everything with the game. All right, Jay. So transitioning over to the top four race. Obviously, I think it's I think it's pretty much done. I wouldn't say, yeah, I think it's pretty much done for you guys. To be honest with you, you guys have 10 matches left to
What do you think?
produce.
You think it's done for us for the top four?
I think you guys are done in top four. I really
Mm,
do. I think
mm.
your result last week against Watford was. I think all of your results over the last like 10 games have really been disappointing. I know you guys haven't really lost a lot of games, but it's been drawing against subpar teams, right? Because now you guys are gonna your last 10 games are pretty tough, and um, Arsenal on the other hand, a point ahead and 3 games in hand. I mean, I think they're closer to Chelsea than they are to you. 100% honest. Like I think they have a better chance of getting third than fifth. Um,
So that's a good one right there. Let's talk about that. Let's not talk about us, you bum. Um, so Arsenal, they are
yeah,
very very close to Chelsea, like extremely close. If they win every game in hand that they have, they would be number three, clear cut, not even close.
you th-
Um,
yeah, they only have 1 game in hand on Chelsea. Chelsea have only played 26.
and
They're five.
Arsenal,
They're five. Arsenal played 25, so they're only and they're 5 points
okay,
behind. Again, I think Chelsea probably hold on at third, but yeah, I
you
just
think
think
so?
it's yeah, I think so. I mean,
No, I mean,
yeah,
Arsenal's not even getting four, but we'll see.
yeah,
I think they at this point they're a better team than Chelsea. I like Arsenal right now a lot.
yeah,
Chelsea had a good win this weekend, something they needed because we've been questioning whether or not they're a legit like contender.
yeah. And
Um,
I think we've sort of seen throughout the season that they weren't really close to Liverpool or City, in my opinion. I think they had the names. I think they had the depth on paper. I think they had the manager. I think they were riding the high of
so
the
what is it
Champions
then?
League.
You sound you're checking off everything that a team needs to be a
No,
champion.
I'm saying that's what everyone was sort of like looking at. Like it was
Yeah.
on face value versus like substance and actual. How did it all really work? It just seemed like Chelsea overperformed towards the end of that towards the end of last season,
It was
and
a
they were trying to
fluke.
ride. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It was I don't even like want to sound like a salty City fan, right? But it was kind of a fluke. Let's just be honest. Like that was not supposed to happen, and it did.
Listen. We're not sounding salty. We were just being real. When they won that game against City in the Champions League.
The whole agenda switched, right? It became like, oh, is Jorginho a Ballon d'Or contender? What? What? You hated him 3 months ago. Like Chelsea fans hate, bro. Is Havertz the new blah blah blah? They hated him throughout the season. So in my opinion, that was just a fluke, and now we're really seeing it, right? And sure, we thought Lukaku would do better than he has, and it seems like Tuchel doesn't really like him for some reason. My question is, then why the hell would you get him? But I think they're pretty much done. But if we go back to the Arsenal United conversation, I'm just going to run down the list of games that Arsenal have left, and then the list of games that United have left, and then we can kind of talk about what we think is going to happen. Again, they're 1 point ahead of you guys with 3 games in hand. So Arsenal still have to play Chelsea and Spurs, Liverpool, Villa, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Southampton. Pretty easy games. They play you guys once, which is going to be honestly probably the biggest game of your season. That game's going to be crazy, and that's at Arsenal, by the way. Then they have to play West Ham, which is going to be tough. Then they round out the end of their season with
To me, it
Leeds,
sounds
Newcastle,
like they
Everton.
are about to lose a lot of games within that stretch,
Really,
and United's about to
really.
take claim at fourth, and it's what we doing. Cause I'm talking crazy. What's wrong with you, bro? Don't ever
Okay,
doubt us, man. I'm tired. Look, I'm not even about. Look, check it. Stop. Just stop it right
so
now,
so I,
bro.
sh- I shouldn't run down the final 10 games of Man U. There's no point.
You
You
know,
guys
you
got it.
can, because I want to hear it. I really do want to hear it. But I just want to get this off my chest right now, because I was listening to you just like name off the Arsenal games. I'm listening like, one, this is Arsenal we're talking about. They
Then,
not built like that yet. They not ready. They little dogs. They not ready. Them
they
getting
did
to the
almost.
them getting
Yeah,
into the Champions League, they're not ready for that. We're trying to do them a favor. Like, come here. Like,
I watched him. I watched him this morning, and yes, it was 3-2. They almost bottled it, right? But I'm telling you right now,
to Watford, bro. Say who the
You
opponent was.
okay?
Tell the viewers
You
and
guys
the
lost to
listeners.
Watford. Watford even
Hey,
tied with Watford.
this is not about us. This is about Arsenal
Yeah,
right
no.
now.
This deflection is ridiculous. Jay, Saka would walk into your team. Odegaard would walk into your team. Hell, Thomas Partey and even
Not
maybe even
the
Xhaka would walk into your team. They'd walk into your team, Jay. The only Kieran Tierney, oh my God, he'd walk into your team.
no.
The-
All
the-
right, calm down, calm down. That's just one I
dude,
won't give
this,
you. It's just one I won't give you. But everybody
listen,
else, that's valid points. I can't
yeah,
even dispute that. Like
I
straight
mean,
up, we need them. Come on.
come here. Okay. Let me run
Yeah,
down the Man U bench
name
real quick.
United.
So they have a non-confirmed date against Liverpool at
Okay,
Liverpool, and that's chalked. Let's be honest. You guys are playing Spurs next. Yeah, Spurs next, and then Leicester, Everton, Norwich, Arsenal. Again, that's going to be the big one. Brentford, which you're probably going to win. Brighton, which you're probably going to win. Chelsea, which is going to be a massive, massive game, and then to round it out, Crystal Palace. So
I
I
think we
think
have the more favorable schedule, but it's also a tough one as well.
I think they're both pretty tough, to be honest with
They're
you.
tough.
I think Arsenal have a few. Again, it's because they have 3 games in hand that they probably have more teams that they should beat. But I don't know. I think that one's going to come down to the wire. To be honest with you, I still think Arsenal like have it clear. I think Arsenal could completely just implode, right? But at the same time, Jay, they don't have Europe. They only have the Premier League now. They don't have anything else. You remember, you guys. And here's something I was thinking about, Jay. Are you guys are you guys going to be happy if you win your next Champions League game against Atletico and go in? Because now you still have to play 2 competitions. Versus if you guys actually lose, and I'm not saying you guys are going to lose or should lose, but if you guys do lose against Atletico, you guys are out. But at least you can now focus on getting top 4.
Or is that a question?
That's kind of
Because
do you
it was very
think
yeah. I was like,
I was kind of going all over the place, but I mean, it just seems to me like you guys want top 4 more than you guys would probably want to get to the next round of the Champions League. Because
okay. I
this
got
year
you.
you guys have essentially no chance of winning the Champions League. Versus next year, if you guys do reload and do get a real manager, you guys may have a chance.
I disagree with that, bro. I disagree with that. I think we're gonna take the Champions League very very serious. Obviously we want top four for this year to ensure that we are in the Champions Leagues next year because it's weird. It's weird, man. I think Ralph is under the impression that he has like the talent right now for the Champions League to pull off a major shocker, a
Yeah,
Cinderella. He can be that team, and I think he can too. I really do. Because we have that player, we have that goat.
yeah.
Um, it's just what is he gonna do? What's his mindset? I think that's what it's gonna come down to. So yeah, I don't think that we're putting the Champions League over the top four. I think they're both on the same platter. We
Okay.
need both of them. We really do. We're Man United. We need both. That's how bad it is. It's desperate. We're down bad.
Well, I think that last statement is kind of like the
Is that
perfect way to end this.
is that like the title of the episode?
We're
Down
down
bad.
bad. No, listen. I think that's the perfect way to end the podcast here. I mean, again, lovely, lovely, lovely day for me, Jay. I know it was a tough one, but again, you seem more optimistic than I think. Um, these next I mean, the beautiful thing about this part of the season is there's just games after games after games. There's no more, this big break and all this crap. We just get to
Right.
keep going. So next week, we're gonna be doing it again, and we're gonna be sitting here and we'll be like, are they out of top 4? They still have a chance for top 4? Are they, you know, all that stuff. So I'll be looking forward to it. Anything you want to tell the people, Jay, before we sign off?
Just know that I'm doing well. Despite my team struggling.
Yeah.
Uh, and
You haven't checked into therapy yet, Jay?
not yet, not yet. I'm
No.
close
Okay.
though because not only are they struggling, but the Bulls hometown team we've been going through it. So I'm down bad,
Oh
everything
man.
down bad, but it's all good. It's all
Tran-
love.
tr- Translation, that means he's bet big and he's lost. So on that note, if you uh, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Best of Rivals. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple podcast, you can also watch
Yes.
our beautiful faces on YouTube, and vice versa. Jay, episode 21, we are out.
Let's go.